Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Against the Storm, where we rejoin this village in progress. I think things are going pretty well, but we are going to have to figure out how to get our Strider expeditions running again. So we need to get on production of one of these quote-unquote advanced food types. Skewers should be pretty possible, right? Where are we at as far as like food processing buildings? Pretty thin on stuff yet. Okay, well, I mean, we do have the ability to produce porridge already. In theory. Alright, we have a decent hearth. We have houses for all our bodies. Right now, the town is running 17 people. We do have newcomers glowing here. Do I want to bring in more? We have lots and lots of packs to form. We need to consumption control. Please stop eating roots, right? Because this is not a have 50 roots. This is a deliver 50 roots kind of situation. Yeah. All right, and then yeah, we just have to make so many packs. We don't have a makeshift post yet. Let me just throw one of those down. And we're gonna cut some trees out, get some farms established. We have good direction here, I think. We're headed to the right places. Oh, that's right. We have a cookhouse. That's how I was playing against skewers. We found a cookhouse. So cookhouses, skewers can be made from fish, and yeah, we'll just kind of turn on everything except roots here. We should probably get some people working at the cookhouse, which means we should probably go ahead and take on new bodies, even though we're going to take on more new bodies soon. I'm a little bummed out that we don't have more lizards available here, because obviously we are, we're about to gain even more people, and none of them are lizards, and I could use more lizards with the specialization for the cookhouse, because it does seat a lot of bodies under ideal circumstances. The fact that we just have the one is kind of a bummer. But we'll throw a bunch of folks in there. Like, biscuits would be good. If we can make biscuits, we don't currently have... Yeah, for the moment, use everything except roots, I guess. Be willing to use everything except roots. Yeah, alright. We're way past the maximum happiness threshold for our one lizard, so I guess we're gonna just go ahead and ride that reputation. Apparently he's sending a lot of extremely positive letters back home, I guess, is how that's working. Alright, let's build some roads out to here, because this place could use them. Those trees probably have to get cut away. It's probably that one right there is probably the one that is preventing that farm from going down. All right, roots are accumulating. This is my concern. Our food supply is actually weakening. And we don't have enough like raw food sources to fix that at the moment. We have a lot of sources of a lot of things. And obviously we're farming as best we can. We could put up a second fishing hut. I was gonna want to wait until the other one was finished, but I guess it's got a long time yet to run there. Now, unfortunately, one of these fishing ponds is large, and so we can't gather from that with the small fishing hut. What are our options here? Do we have... Okay, we have some interesting stuff. The clan hall would be a good fit for the way we're set up, right? Yeah, camps producing greater yields, and we could pick up housing, like especially for the humans who, without the favor penalty here will be pretty close. Well, they'll be close-ish to their resolve threshold once we start getting the special food distributed. But there's a lot to be said for that, for the double camp yields. Carnivorous tradition's good for everybody. We are not necessarily in position to be producing training gear, unfortunately. And we don't have any large nodes that the herbalists would care about. You know, honestly, it might be time, before we even make this decision, since we've got the other two large clearings issues dealt with, it might be time to try to expand into another large clearing, just to try to find some more valuable nodes. What is your... Okay, your area doesn't expand all the way in there. I kind of think this is our goal. Right, I don't want to go too much further away from where everybody's sleeping yet. We're gonna probably have to re-hearth somewhere over here, just so people don't have to run so far. Let's let these two trees get dealt with, and then we'll probably reset the woodcutter. We're doing okay on wood, right? Honestly, maybe it's just time to set up a second woodcutter. Let's do that. So we'll go right here. And over here we have some reasons to build roads anyway. I suppose, you know, we could be grabbing these reed fields with a harvester's camp. The reeds themselves are not food, but there's reasonable chance of like gaining extra roots and stuff this way. All right, and let's get some hands on here. We got plenty of people just building stuff. Slowly, this is coming together, and then we can... Okay, cool. Skewers and biscuits getting made. People's resolve is going to start going up. I believe it is generally the case that the more complicated foods, they last a little bit better. I cannot swear to that. But obviously anything you're making that's made out of ingredients that you weren't going to directly eat anyway will help stretch. Anything that is made of two different kinds of food, you do have to wonder, I suppose. Alright, get me through to here. Focus on one narrow path. Or just cut trees that I explicitly demarked. Go ahead, ignore my orders, that's fine. Get a couple humans on this, and now it's time to see the new orders. So, need for leisure fulfilled. How much need for leisure do we want to be made to fulfill? So this one makes your ale production better. I mean, I feel like we gotta take the smaller one, right? The reward here is not that phenomenal. This one comes with some free food and a building blueprint. And then over here, 2 forbidden glades within 480 seconds of each other. I mean, that's a pretty generous timescale. And we get scrolls and a hostility reduction, pretty significant hostility reduction. You know what? I'll take it. I think we can make that happen. All right, the lizard is continuing to to hype up our town. We are again in a place where we need more people. We found it. Okay, well this will help. Let's deliver this. Let's go to consumption control. Y'all can eat roots again. These two can use roots in recipes again. But for the moment, we've made all this stuff. that we're able to. I'm gonna leave just a couple of people assigned here. So they'll continue to make food when they can, but we converted as much as we could as quickly as we could there. All right, replace you. This small herbalist camp still doesn't actually have anything to do. And where are we at on tools? We have 34 tools. So we could start sending back these things. I do think we're gonna do the send back, even though breaking them open would yield some food that's obviously pretty valuable to us. We are a little thin on all that, but getting some reputation and opening up some new blueprints also could be very helpful on that front. Okay. So, the tavern. Let's start thinking about this. Let's have at least one person working on this stuff. The limit on this is going to have to go up to 20 for the moment. What else is that tavern made of? We're going to need fabric. We can make fabric out of algae, huh? Here, don't turn our whole supply of anything into advanced building materials, but yeah, do at least this much. Our foragers camp has run out of stuff to do in this location, but it has lots of stuff to do elsewhere. That is a little bit of a walk. I guess actually the thing to do would be to run this down one more tile here and then... There we go. Okay, so we'll get on that. It is becoming a little bit of a sprawl. Alright, with winter in place, or with the storm in place, yeah, we're gonna have to disable the favor. Okay. And we broke through into potentially Nightmare Town right as that happened. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. So, large abandoned cache, cool. An inscribed monolith, which counts as 2 harmony decorations. Not super relevant since we can't level up our hearth any further. We got a worm tongue nest over here. Gives insects and a chance of additional insects. Pretty good if you have a proper trapper's camp. Some more reed fields. I mean, that stuff's useful. Trout pond, that's cool. And also, this massive leaking cauldron. Let's see what we can do about this. So it will destroy all planted crops and really blow up our global resolve by making all of the food in the village taste horrible if we can't deal with it. If we can deal with it, it will spawn a bunch of fertile soil nearby. That's pretty rad. Or we could just break it down into component parts. But we have some tools. We have a bunch of pottery. Yeah, let's just fix it up. The tools are super valuable to us, obviously, but I am inclined to stick with tools as the cost here, because obviously we know what we want this wildfire essence for, and we do need to build at least a couple more gathering buildings, ideally. In addition to the good bonus here, this is an empathy choice, and that may end up mattering for other reasons later. I'm going to just go ahead and assign 100% of our available workforce to figuring this out as quickly as possible. Okay. And stuff is getting done. Things are getting built. Reputation values are climbing. Impatience is falling. We're going to have to favor the beavers for a second as soon as we can to prevent their resolve from actually falling negative. Ooh, we're gonna have to dance it. Like, we're gonna have to unfavor the beavers as soon as the human resolve climbs, as it gets below 0. We're having to do this dance a little bit because of the fact that we're like gaining and losing resolve from other effects all the time. So for this, we don't have use for a large herbalist camp yet, right? This is a trapper camp. And we should actually make this choice at this point because we have another blueprint waiting behind it. We also do have a free reroll, and then, you know, rerolls purchasable with Amber after this. But maybe it's time to unlock like the ability to do houses for our populations. I'm going to take the human house. And then they give us another choice, and this one's a little bit less compelling. We currently have a way of producing ale. I'm going to take the reroll. I don't know if we actually need the lizard house. The weaver will give us a better fabric recipe, a much better fabric recipe. And the recipe for training gear and boots. Lizards care about boots, nobody else does. I think it's maybe the clothier because of the coat recipe. Yeah, the lizards can just continue to live in like general purpose housing, it's fine. The normal shelter will get the job done. Where is my... We have a gathering hut up somewhere, right? Yeah, you're gathering from the big clay deposits because they have more stuff attached to them, right? Makes sense. Keep doing it. All right. 40 seconds. 40 seconds until the storm ends and resolve gets okay again. Alright, so as soon as they hit 0, we do this, and it takes some time for the resolve values to creep toward their targets. So I'm trying to abuse that to keep everybody above 0 as much as possible so that we don't have anybody actually leave. Although we are low on food, and perhaps we could use for somebody to actually leave. Villagers move 10% faster on roads. I mean, I think that's a huge, huge benefit. We'd be very silly not to take that. My man Old Farloff has shown up with no food in his inventory. And I have to say I find that very disappointing. He does have some tools at least. We could part with some stuff for some tools. I was really hoping for food though. Yeah, we'll buy some tools. So I mean, we're not going to be able to pay that, but let me just play around. I mean, we have some crystallized dew. That's our only metal right now, and we have no smelting set up, so maybe I don't want to mess with that too much. But at the very least, we can give them all of our amber, and like maybe an ancient tablet or two. I'm trying to think. Like I've seen requests from the Queen, orders from the Queen ask for 2 tablets. I think I don't know that I've ever seen one ask for 3. So I'm going to go ahead and trade one of these, and we'll just get the tools that'll purchase us. Okay, another 12. That's totally fine. And another year means another cornerstone. If I'm honest, I'm looking at cannibalism. The thing is, like 70 training gear produced, that's just not happening. I'm going to take cannibalism, and we're going to hope that we just don't get any benefit from it. But to be perfectly honest with you, food situation, it's looking a little scary right now. All right. So another farm will help. We might end up... We'll end up re-warehousing somewhere up here. So let me where's the path through the forest? Okay, it goes like this. It doesn't. Okay. The one space wide path that we have through the trees is right here. We're just gonna move this over to near the hearth. The decorations don't do anything by themselves. Let's path this up here. Right, we have a bunch of people who don't have any housing. I forgot. That's part of the reason that Resolve was so bad is because we got people and I was waiting to build the housing and I just kept waiting apparently. All right, because we're gonna be doing some stuff up here, I guess. Yeah, build this road up here. Let's get a small warehouse built like up here. And honestly, maybe we end up building another hearth like in this area. The thing is, that warehouse isn't really that far from the other warehouse. You know what? Let me finish resolving this stuff. Let's see how all that runs. And we're gonna lay down some human houses near the existing hearth because we can. Each one holds 2 people, right? Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6. That'll give us enough for all of the humans, which will push their resolve. Obviously, the lizards are doing just fine and continuing to produce reputation for us, which I very much appreciate. At this point, do we want to take on any bodies? I'm just going to leave that pack of newcomers ready to go if they want to go. All right. So I'm allowed to send you out with skewers. We don't have any of the basic food types available though. So I guess you're just going to have to wait a minute. Yeah, we got to solve this food problem first. We'll get there. We'll get there. So, we need a stamping mill. Somewhere near sort of like the industrial area of town. And we need that stamping mill because I need to start producing flour from grain. Okay. We are low on food, but if somebody actually starves to death, it will fix the problem soon. It'll fix the problem for a little while at least, and that's something, you know? Okay, and as we construct human houses, it'll house everybody else because the humans will move out of the normal shelters, opening up room for the other folks. So we should have no more people without a building to sleep in right about the time one of these 2 completes. Okay. Alright, so it spawned the fields in kind of a weird layout up here. But let's get them farmed. This is not how I was expecting it to do that. Can I get... It's a pretty wide space. Can I cover all that with a single farm? Yeah, okay. We'll just do it like this, I guess. If I were to set up a hearth over here, and I'm not like definitely in that place right now, but I'm having a little bit of overlap. Okay, so it would have to be at least this far away. I'd want to set it up more down here or something. You know, I want to be, I don't want part of the housing area that it creates to be in the water. I want to maximize the actual usefulness of that, but I guess I probably don't need to. It's probably not like critically important. But in any case, we would be building it quite far down, which means that our theoretical additional warehouse could be like over here and it would be fine. Yeah, let's do that. We'll set the farm up like this. And you know what? This is from this clearing. We're just going to put it right back here. Fills in that space really nicely. Okay. This gives us better access to all of this stuff. Unfortunately, we are looking at new gathering buildings, which means we're not, like, gaining any efficiency. And remember, before we open one of these, we want to be in position to open 2 of them, which is something that's actually quite distant. All right, you gotta find me some new gathering nodes. Farms alone are not going to solve this problem. Oh, okay. We're going to end up building another warehouse over here somewhere too. I'm just going to do it. We'll just put it down. There we go. I'm trying to minimize the amount of time people spend running. Goods got to get moved, but let's pull you over to here. And I just want to cut through these trees. We need at least a connection here. I can shrink the size of the clearing tool instead of always clearing a really wide area and then trimming it down. There we go. Okay. Okay, things are looking all right. We have 6 people who are not yet assigned to anything. Let's put 1 person on this to just push those. I assume we're short boards. Oh, we're probably short bricks, right? No, we're making... Okay, we have clay for bricks. So yeah, really, it's just a matter of there not being enough hands to make the advanced materials. But okay, that stuff's getting down. There will be places to rest during the storm. Vegetables are getting harvested. Yeah, even with 5 people set to just run around and build, a lot of our buildings are still getting done pretty slowly. There's a major brick shortage. We can prioritize bricks for a while, I guess. Alright, the remaining orders. Deliver 4 ancient tablets, or have 16 humans. If we do this, we gain 15 roots every time we open up a new glade. We get a ton of extra bodies and some skewers. If we do this, we just get a bunch of, like, actually useful stuff. We can make it to 16 humans. We can maybe even feed that many people. And then this 18 beavers is again pretty close to where we're at, and it comes with a massive resolve modifier to beavers and more efficient pickled goods and a bunch of pickled goods. This, if we have 50 paved road tiles, be 24 tools. I don't have the recipe for paved road though. I do, but it's made of stone, and we don't know for sure that we will ever have stone. We haven't seen a stone deposit in some time, so I guess I'm gonna take the other one. Yeah, it's just so the village has to be populous is all. All right, so we need approximately 6 more points of reputation at some point. We have 6 orders here, but we also have reputation coming in from other sources. I think we're gonna be okay. Beavers are trending toward negative resolve, but we're going to let them trend for the moment. We'll fix it when they get lower. Okay, we cut our way into a worm tongue nest. I mean, it's food. Let's get a small trapper camp going. And this we're gonna move over to here, I guess. Just like finish cutting the way between the clearings here. Honestly, it would be nice to eventually remove all of these trees. I suppose anytime we're working on we're not working on opening up a specific glade, that's the way we should be devoting our woodcutters. Alright, sadly we do not have any of the ideal workers for this thing. I'm not going to bring in any more people until the rainy season ends. Okay. So favoring the beavers. All of a sudden the lizards are miserable. But yeah, we should be fine. The storm will end. Things will go back to normal. And we are just waiting for things to get built. Okay, so let's mark this whole area as priority cutting. Put y'all to work like right here. Just get this all down. Okay. Cornerstone. Show me a cornerstone that produces free food. If you leave rainwater for a while, it will begin to release a pleasant and warm vapor. Food production speed is increased by 15% for every 50 units of drizzle water stored. So we're not currently interacting with the rain and water systems at all. This is certainly not terrible. Do I have the basic water? No, I think because we're not playing on the difficulty that interacts with those mechanics at all. Oh yeah, we have the basic rain collector, but rain collectors are made of parts, which we're actually really short on right now. So I think we're going to go the other way. Obviously, this will result in a lot of free barrels, which is good for our, eventual ale plans. And by eventual, I mean I better get to work on those ale plans. Hey, this building's pretty high priority. Maybe actually do this. And we do need to bring in newcomers, it turns out. I need a total of 5 additional humans and 3 additional beavers. So I'm going to start here. At least they brought food with them, So we're going to need additional human housing. Just the tiniest bit. Okay, I cannot use favoring to push anybody up over the blue thresholds right now. That's fine. And this is short. Wood. We can return this to normal priority now. Some of the brick problem got resolved. Okay, that's getting handled. The warehouses are getting constructed. Y'all, we need so many boards. Okay, so many planks, that is. Do I want to set up a carpenter for even more plank production? The thing is, we're at a real local bottleneck right now. It will not last forever. Eventually, this will not be a problem. All right, so we have a way of producing the flour. Over here, we can make biscuits, but the thing we really want to be making is pie. And we want to be doing that probably over here next to where the flour is produced, right? All right. You are a merchant who brings food. So let's talk about your food stocks. Notice, green arrow, our food supply is trending upward right now, and that is good. Global food production speed up by 20% is also good. We're going to go ahead and buy that for sure. Then I think I am just going to flat buy food. Buying food sucks a little bit. Right, you get terrible prices. Now that we know we're not going to have any, we've not taken any orders that require ancient tablets, I feel a lot better just dumping these. Just getting the actual trade value. Let's throw all of our amber in as well, because I don't think we're going to be using that for anything. And I'm just going to buy raw foods, especially of the most useful types. It turns out, not that much raw food, but this will give us some breathing room. And we'll start working on orders again in a second. I just want to try to get things stable. And especially get things built. Okay, we still have one person who is not able to... One person who's not sleeping indoors. That'll get resolved there soon enough. Alright, I mean, at some point we should be capped out on fabric, right? The way this will... the way we will get to the place where everybody's focused on making planks is we will just have enough of everything else. Okay, here we go. So let's put a couple beavers to work in the stamping mill. We do not need bricks or copper bars. Right now, the only thing we need is flour. We have so much grain. Please produce flour. All right, that reed field is almost picked out. Let me move you over a little bit. Make sure this stuff gets cleared. Okay. Got a forager's camp with nothing to do. And I think, unfortunately, that's going to remain the case, right? We don't have any more small... Oh, no, that's right. This is a full-size. It is a full-size camp. So it can pull roots from over here. All right, cool. And for the moment, we can just build sort of a... Oh, there's not a place to build a straight road all the way through. That's so much more annoying to me than it should be. All right, we'll just keep working at it. Yeah, food supply is actually trending upward. Got plenty of wood to burn. Things are okay for the moment. Our resolve levels are pretty solid. We're heading into storm, so I'm not going to favor anybody just yet because we may need to fix that on the... We may need to use that as a tool to fix some things. The last bit of housing is going up right as the rains start, which is perfect. Alright, beaver resolve is looking a little grim. Okay, got a couple of humans working that farm finally. Okay, and now that we're stable, it's time to start looking toward expanding into the outside world again. It is also time to start up an expedition, I think. So let's have a couple of people bring in the food. How much, like... How fancy do we want to get here? The more supplies you provide, the longer the strider will search, the better your chance of getting a cooler chest. And if we max this all the way out... We're not providing all that much food in total. Like, I think this is a loss we can afford, and getting one of these higher rarity chests, I'm very, very curious to see what that would look like. Alright, so y'all just run stuff over there. Let's get the strider running again. Beavers need to be favored now. And then potentially unfavored when the time is right. Okay, let's not focus on pottery. Let's make sure all ingredients are checked for the things that we want to make. Biscuits are good. Pies are better. But also pies are a little... Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, the nice thing about pie is you can make pie out of flour and herbs, neither of which are food by themselves. Neither of which are you can't eat the grain directly, and you can't eat the herbs directly. So that's just like food that comes out of the air, which is fantastic. Then we had there was another thing that we were going to do that was very important. Ah, yes, the tavern. The tavern and the guild house, both important. Tavern first. So even without the tavern does not need to be inside of the hearth limit, really. I'm trying to think, like, it's going to want ale. We don't have the brewery down yet, do we? We don't, so I guess let's set up the brewery first. Wait, does the tavern shows us the hearth range, which makes me wonder, does it need to be inside hearth range? Because why else would it do that? Well, I think we probably don't lose anything if we do put it down entirely inside hearth range, so yeah, I guess we'll just throw it down right here, right? This herbalist camp isn't really doing anything and can just be tucked away over there. And then we can also throw the brewery nearby. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so let's stop favoring you. It looks like I can get the lizards over the blue threshold again for a while. Okay, just running the last of the supplies over the expedition. And new cornerstones. Ooh. Hell yeah. Free packs of provisions are, at the very least, their trade fodder. Alright, so we'll get that stuff set up. We are very close to being actually able to routinely produce our good foods. Do we have 5 tools left? We do. Somebody should break this shit open. Alright, packs of newcomers. We need still 2 humans and 3 beavers. So obviously this is looking like our winner. Although this one, it sucks that this pack of people is so many people, but it doesn't fulfill either goal, because I would really like to be able to take extra parts, but we have to take one that's actually going to fulfill an order. Okay. Now we have a nice clean road here. This trapper's camp has run out of stuff to do, and there isn't... Yeah, for the moment there isn't anything else, so we will just pull you two back to the worker pool. 20 extra planks seems pretty good. Also, enough reputation to get our final blueprint from this sort of thing. So we currently have no way to produce scrolls. And we do have a building that can turn scrolls into education. It's a thing worth thinking about. We already have the ability to produce copper bars. We're kind of good on a lot of this stuff. Right now, we don't have a way of producing pickled goods. You know, that's compelling. Pickled goods and incense together, I think we'll take that. Okay, we should also be thinking about this clothier, which can go like over here, kind of outside of the main part of town in this way. I set which recipes we were using, and I just don't have any people actually working. Seems like a smallish oversight. All right, let's give them a little bit of insurance that they're going to stay above that blue threshold for a nice long while. All right, and then this is fantastic, because even if we're not fulfilling the leisure need, we are getting plus global resolve just from having the thing staffed. So That will also help with the large amount of reputation we are earning. And also we're bringing in these glade events and yeah. Alright, feeling pretty good about it. This harvester camp needs to be moved over to the other large nodes. Easy. Alright, so I probably want to set up. I'm going to let the rest of this stuff get chopped out by one of these two. I'm going to send the other woodcutters camp down here to start cutting toward this thing. Because we don't have access to a lot of different dangerous glades or forbidden glades if we want to fulfill all at once. We have a pretty specific way that we're going to have to do that. So we're going to get close, but not quite there. Cut that stuff down, and then we'll reevaluate your position later. We can chop into this one, solve this one's problems, and then chop into that one and solve that one's problems. All right. Basic rights. Our need for leisure is being fulfilled. Is the brewery not constructed yet? Okay. When it gets constructed, we'll worry about this a little bit more. There's a button for showing which people are assigned where. Okay, here we go. So I would love to pull some humans out of some work that they're doing that doesn't need to be human. That doesn't benefit from being human. Because really, this stuff should be... We want to be taking advantage of people's optimizations as much as possible, right? Okay, so when the brewery gets finished, we will eventually have some focus there as well. When we're done favoring the lizards, we can favor the humans over the top, it looks like, pretty easily. Getting a lot of our complex needs met. And again, we're just waiting for a little bit here. We do need to produce a lot of packs, which I am not currently doing. What's the holdup over here? Fabric? Okay, we're working on it, though. It's not that we can't, it's just that we haven't. But yeah, we managed to get past the sort of like the building. Oh, here comes our Strider. We managed to get past that like building blockade that we were at for a while. All right. That's such an inefficient way of moving. Let's see what we got. A blue. This is the thing we were most likely to receive. Okay. Improved berry production, oil, and crystallized dew. Pretty unexciting. Let's now send out a blueprint run. And we want something from this category, right? Because we would love to get another services building. Do I want to send out the same kind of... Here, we'll use vegetables this time. How rare do we want to go? It's starting to get a little expensive. Yeah, you know what? At this point, like... That was a fun experiment, but I am a little worried about our levels of some things, so let's not push it. Okay, the brewery will get completed any minute now. It would be actually really good if you could get that completed. Basic rights wasn't... It wasn't held up for quite long enough, I guess. That's annoying. It's frustrating that it has to be 120, like, continuous seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so use either. Feel free to put it in anything. Just get the Get the alcohol made. They'll get it served, and then we will meet that basic right eventually.
Hello.
All right, what do you got? The design for the plantation. Another level of food production. I do like another level of food production. Do we want to buy anything else from you? I think I am going to take this. Yeah, and the question is, do we want to buy anything else? And I think the answer is probably yes, right? Like, how expensive is the food? So you're selling food at 1/3 of an amber per unit. We can get flour a little bit cheaper and certainly make use of all that flour. We can buy some more tools. You know what? I'm just going to buy 21 amber worth of tools and call that good. Okay. So we have a thing up here that we haven't opened yet. I guess let me hold on to the tools until we see the events in the glades that we're building to, because that may influence decision making. We may need those tools to clear events. Alright, let's go ahead and clear this for a moment. They're going to remain blue even without favoring. Maybe even through the storm. No, the storm's taking a real effect on people. Oh, we don't have everybody housed anymore. Right, I got more humans in, and then I didn't build more human houses. That's definitely some foolishness on my part. Alright, so we do need packs of provisions for this. That need is going to fill up really quickly now, just on its own, which is kind of cool. I'm going to wait to fill the makeshift post until we have the next group of people. Okay, we've almost fished out these ponds over here. I was like, that fishing hut's been there forever. And I feel like it can't still be working, but no, it is. It just takes a really long time to run ponds out. Okay. $10 jerky for every 10 pie. I mean, that's just free. That's just free resolve. That's gain resolve when you do stuff that makes resolve happen. Okay, now we're at a place where 2 of our groups are holding blue as we continue to meet their needs. I'm waiting for this newcomer button to light up. And how is this going? It is going slower than you would have expected. We need 2 beavers. This is so many people. I don't actually want to take 7 people on. There's some finished bricks with them. Oh, whatever. We'll do it, and then we'll just... so there are 7, 8, 9... Yeah, this is 7, 8, 9 human houses. We're actually good on human housing still. But we need to do some other housing. It has been a minute. But it is time for shelters. Okay, that's going to hold 9 additional people. That should be sufficient. We just hit a point of reputation is what that noise was, in case you were curious. From Resolve, so that's good. The beaver thing is finished, so plus resolve to all beavers, and also, hey, look at this free food. Alright, basic rights looks like it's gonna fill. So we actually can win here pretty soon. Oh, our stonecutter camp needs to be moved. We have some stuff over here that you can clean up. Oh, I didn't actually send this out. Somebody's got to be on bring them goods duty. Although it does look like it's probably going to be irrelevant anyway. Alright, y'all just about done? Okay, then I think it is time for this to get moved over to here. And let's chop our way through a narrow little thing. We may not actually even need to do this. Yeah, because Resolve's going to push us to here. Actually, the thing to do is put 2 workers on that. Go get me a point of reputation with 12 of our tools. And then we'll get another reputation when this finishes and we're done. But we were ready for more. We were ready to go on to more. Look at that. The beavers are coming up into blue territory now. Madness. Alright, well, we're still going to have a look at what's in here, I guess, because it's interesting. Helps us prepare. Oh, right, there's one right over here. Okay. Whatever, it's fine. I'm so spacey. I just, like, had written off this side of the map entirely. Okay, y'all do that. What did our need for leisure get unfulfilled with like 3 seconds left and then immediately refulfilled to restart the timer? The way these orders work is really annoying. That's alright. We're going to get there actually on just raw resolve at this rate. Not even going to finish bringing home the abandoned cache. Yep, that did in fact get done. Okay, so orders from the Queen. No encampment events. It's interesting that it's called No Strangers because we did bring in those quote-unquote convicted criminals. We traded a lot of goods. Yeah, we were on a new biome with a new modifier. Cool. Cool stuff was earned. We got machinery. We got seal fragments. All stuff that is critical to the higher level of the game. And I don't think it didn't take all that long to do it. We're going to have to maybe move a little bit faster in the future. So yeah, we're going to be headed up to this ruined armory. No villagers will die when attacking a trader because your village is better armed. It's not exactly the sort of bonus that we're generally looking for. And over here, there's a somber procession. Your caravan stumbles upon a long and somber procession carrying a body encased in a block of amber. Another Viceroy perished, attempting the trial to join the Queen's hands. The mourners ask you not to disturb the forest and ensure their safe passage back to the Citadel. So, if we open no more than 1 dangerous glade... I mean... If you succeed, all starting caravans will gain the following goods for the duration of this cycle. I guess that doesn't really matter too much. We don't have enough reserve embarkation points to do this. It doesn't matter that much because there's not that many more games left in the cycle. Right, it won't affect our next game. But, I mean, there's no reason not to do it. I think it's... Oh, but we have to... Sorry, we have to win a game right here. This is pretty far away from the seal. I don't think that would be a good idea. Yeah, I think we need to be heading kind of directly toward that. This is as direct as it's getting with the hexagonal movement. Alright, so... Before we consider any of that stuff, though, critically important stuff to do. Let's claim all of our XP. So we've unlocked another one of the species that can show up, harpies. Harpies have some stuff that they're very good at. They're a little touchy sometimes on the resolve side, but we'll be okay. And some new cornerstones and buildings, artisans, apothecaries who can make tea, the bathhouse, and of course, yeah, housing for the harpies. Makes sense. Then just a bunch of XP. Alright. All of which is important. Ooh, pretty soon we're going to get a uniform to put in our home that we never go to because we're too busy. So we have removed the first of the obstructions here. 30 seconds after reaching maximum impatience to try and save your settlement. That's interesting. I don't... The way we want to be solving problems like that is by just not hitting maximum impatience, right? Okay, so this adds the human house to the pool of blueprints we always have. We no longer have to worry about taking it with a blueprint slot, which is actually very helpful. And obviously this line allows you to do that for each of the different critical houses. Also, all resource nodes get +1 to their charges. That's something. It's a pretty small benefit, really. What do we want to grab? I mean, more embarkation points is certainly good. We don't have any of these resources, whatever this is called, artifacts. So the hearth upgrade would eventually be nice. You know what, I gotta be honest. I do kind of want to have the ability to take more villagers on and then just like bonus embarkation points. Seems pretty good. Yeah. The ability to take villagers and the points with which to take them. The capacity in every sense. Okay, and with that, we are definitely heading up to this area, but we're also definitely not doing that this episode. I'm gonna rest on my laurels after that victory. We might be turning up the difficulty to get the rainwater systems into the game because I do think they add something interesting. I might do that now. I might wait until after we seal our first seal. I don't know. If you have strong feelings about it, let me know so in the comments. And thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, away from the library we go. And we'll see you then.